Hi, I'm Donald Grodoff. I am the mindset coach here at Carolina's Natural Health. I'm also an EFT, Emotional Freedom Techniques tapping practitioner. And I wanted to talk in this module about what mindset is and what I do as a mindset coach here at Carolina's Natural Health. So, first off, mindset. What is mindset? Well, mindset is a series of beliefs, thoughts, feelings that we have gone over and over and over, so much so that they become set in our mind. They become part of our life. They become part of a pattern of how we do things. We're led to by these beliefs. And so my role here in Carolina's Natural Health and having a session with me is to help you to change your mindset. To look at it and to see if your mindset is negative and it's not serving you well, or if it's positive but it has some negative stuff that just needs to be worked on. That's what we do. And the second part of that is really to help you in this program that you've ventured into here at Carolina's Natural Health to be able to get through the program smoothly without anything blocking you or stopping you from getting the full potential of what they can do here. I've known Dr. Smith a long time and the people here, and they are doing all kinds of really wonderful stuff to help you heal. And I want to make sure you get that full potential of that. So I'm going to help you get through any kind of blocks like anxiety or stress or traumas that might be hindering you or stopping you from getting the full potential. That's my job here. Now, I am not a doctor or a therapist. I am a trained EFT practitioner. I've been through the training for that. And that's the tapping process, which we'll talk about in a second here. But I wanted to make sure that people that come to my sessions, I want them to be comfortable and to be able to be open with me as much as they feel possible. So what is these sessions all about, really? Well, one of my biggest kind of philosophies of this is that it's really about awareness. Consciousness, some people can look at it that way, but it's about awareness. Most people that have come in here, I think a good majority of the people come in here, have become aware of a problem here in the body, something physical that they want to come in and get healed or fixed by. We become aware of things. We're driving in our car, we hear a noise, we become aware that there might be a problem, and we take it to get it fixed. And that's, like I say, I think people come here in the fact of this awareness. And what my job then is to also look at the awareness for here. Because guess what? This runs this. And so it's great that you became aware of an issue here, but what we really want to do is get aware of what's going on here. What's the self-talk that's going on for you up there? Is it running really negative and it needs to be changed and healed? Because, like I said, if this isn't running at full potential, then it's not doing as much for here. So we really want to look at the awareness of what's going on, really listen to ourselves for the messages and the thoughts and the feelings that are not serving us well. We got to look at those beliefs, that we talked about in the mind. What mindset is a set of beliefs that we've locked into, that we've put into ourselves. We got to look at those beliefs, and I don't want to change any beliefs except the ones that you feel aren't serving you, or that we realize through our process aren't serving you, that are actually hindering you, are hurting you actually. These thoughts and beliefs that may not be working for you. So we get into it, we get into the awareness. I actually have a process called arm length awareness, which is a process on how to become aware, how to really focus in and listen and become aware of what's going on for you. And we go through that. We go through breathing. We use breathing techniques as we're doing this. So, and we're going to talk about the tapping process. So that's really the what the program is about. It's helping you move forward in your life, take this program and really get the full potential of it, and get a clear mind that's flowing well, that's helping you to heal this part down here. So what do we do in a mindset session? Well, first we kind of just get introductions to each other. We on the first session anyway. A lot of you have multiple sessions with me available. We really just kind of get to know each other. The first thing I want to do is really kind of dig into what's going on for you. Where do you find your stress or your issue that might be hindering you? And we talk about it. We kind of dig into it. So I want you to understand too in these sessions, I want you to feel safe, feel comfortable. So I always tell people if any of this bothers you or doesn't feel comfortable, I want you to let me know and we can wrap it up. But if you're open to be able to talk about it and become aware of what's going on, then I can teach you methods to be able to get through it. Because one thing, one of the things that I find is what we tend to do, we tend to keep pushing these thoughts down, pushing them away, these negative thoughts that really aren't helping us. We're just pushing them down. And it's like putting a balloon underwater. It's just going to keep coming back. And what we want to do, instead of pushing it down, is work through it. So we dig into whatever the issues are and see what's at the root of it. It's the same principle as what Dr. Smith and Dr. Cole try to do. They don't want to just deal with the symptoms. They want to get down to the root of what's causing this. What's the problem? I look at it the same way with the mind. I want to get down to the root messages, the ones, the thoughts and messages that are really tearing us up. The I'm not good enough, or I deserve better, or whatever those I messages, I call them, are. We want to get down to them and work through them and work past them. Not to wipe them out immediately, because it's that we work through them, because that's the way you get past them. And it can raise some tears, and it can get worked up a little bit on it. But I show you a process to be able to get through it. And the other side of that anxiety, the other side of that trauma, whatever it is, can be really wonderful. Feel so much better out of it. So we start with the talking and kind of digging into what the words, the thoughts, and things that they are. Then we move into, and we talk about the emotions that are behind it too. So but understand, I do that gently. And we talk about whatever you wish to talk about. We go as far as you want to go. No further. So then we go into the tapping. And I always tell people, the tapping is, it's very similar to acupuncture. If you've ever had acupuncture, it works under the same principles. But here's the way I like to analogize it. I hope that's a word, analogize it. I just made it up. If it isn't, I mean. But the EFT, or tapping, the Emotional Freedom Techniques tapping process, is very much like your house. You have energy coming into your house or your apartment or wherever you're living. It's called electricity. We now call it energy, though, because even Duke Power here in Charlotte used to be Duke Power and Electric, I think it was. They now call themselves Duke Energy because that's what it is. You have energy coming into your house, and that energy comes in through a big wire, either above or below. But then it has to be distributed out to all the different electrical things in the building, in the house. And it's done through the wires in the wall. It distributes it out. Well, our body is very similar to that. As we stand, like where I'm standing now and where you are, wherever you are, there is energy flowing through us on a regular basis. And it too has to be distributed out to the organs, to the cells, to the brain, everywhere in our body. All our cells need that energy. They need the oxygen, all of that. And so it too has to be distributed through. So I call them invisible wires. They're called meridians, or pathways of that energy that help distribute it out to where it needs to go. And what happens is when we get into a negative place, a negative word, a negative thought, a trauma, whatever, an anxiety, those pathways get messed up. They get out of alignment. And so now in acupuncture, they put needles all along those pathways. They have like 350 points that they can put needles. What we do in the tapping, I don't use needles. We're tapping on the end points of those pathways to calm them back down, get them back into alignment, because they are not helping the anxiety. In fact, they are kicking up the fight or flight and panic that we might be going through. And we want to calm that down. We want to calm the amygdala and calm the fight or flight, which is what anxiety is. And so we're tapping on that and to calm those down, which allows our body, our mind and body to open up, and it allows a lot of times things to come out that we can work on. So what we're doing also at the same time, we're using words to express what's going on as we're doing the tapping. So we're talking and tapping at the same time. It looks kind of funky, but it's powerful as can be. I've been doing this for about 20 years for myself personally, and 12 years in practice, and I've seen some of the most amazing things come from this tapping process. So in the sessions with me, I will teach you how to do that, because it is a process then, once you learn it, you can do it for yourself, anywhere, anytime. And I show you all the process of doing it. You know, it's a process of going down different parts of the body while expressing the negative stuff that might be going on for you. We look at, in EFT, we look at the negative first, because you have to. And you know, I get a lot of clients and a lot of patients that come in and go, I just want to deal with the positive. I don't want to go into negative. And I say, okay, well, I understand that, but here's the problem with it. You can have all the positive affirmations, the positive thoughts you desire, but if there is a negative message there, a negative thought there, it is usually chewing up the positive. I'll give you this example, I guess. When years ago, many years ago, I was in sales, and they taught us back then to stand boldly in front of a mirror and use positive affirmations to get our day going, get our life going, whatever. And so I would go home and I'd practice standing in front of that mirror, and I'd be trying to, I'm going to make a $1,000 sale today or this week, or I'm such a good salesman, and all these positives I was trying to get out. Meanwhile, I call it my little munchkin on the shoulders there, was kind of kicking me in the side of the head and going, yeah, but do you remember that sale you screwed up last week? And you really think you're good enough to do that? It threw out all this negative stuff and just completely just zapped all my positive stuff down to where it just was not working for me. And so we really got to get past the munchkin on the shoulder, the negative stuff first, before we can put a positive out there and make it mean something, make it real, make it solid. So we do the tapping, like I said, as we're talking through it. I don't tap on you. I tap with you and show you how to do it, because then you can take it home and use it, and it benefits you. It's a bonus on top of what you're doing here physically, or if you're doing the meta process that we have here. it's a bonus. It helps to really make all of that work even better. Plus, it really can change your whole mindset, change everything to make it a positive experience, a forward-moving energy. That's what this is about. That's what the mindset session is about, and about what I do. Because it's about mindset, and we really have to understand how powerful our mind is. Remember, this is controlling this. This is making the decisions for this. So we want this in a beautiful, flowing manner that can help us to heal faster, easier, quicker, all of that. So keep that in mind. I urge you to try one session with me, see what you think. There's no obligation to go any further. And that way I can go into these a little bit deeper, really get you to understand, get you to learn that awareness factor so that you can become aware and really guide your own life to where you want to go. So, thank you for watching this module, and I'll look forward to seeing you in one of the mindset sessions. Simply, you can call me directly, 704-562-1630. I can set up the sessions here, or you can call into the office, and Christy or Don, any of those, anybody in the office can set up the session for you. But I look forward to meeting you and working with you and helping you progress into a beautiful life. Take care.